Activision has won a lawsuit against engine owning. And usually I'm not happy about Activision winning anything because it's Activision. Why would I be happy about that? But in the case of Activision versus cheaters, I'm on Activision's side almost every time. I don't like cheaters. You don't like cheaters. Let's be honest. If you are a cheater, no one likes you, even your parents. And overall, people just don't like cheaters. I really don't understand the point of cheating in games. The point of the game is to have fun and lose sometimes. That's part of the game. And if you're cheating, you just get bored really quickly. I've cheated in single player games, okay? It gets boring really quickly. And if you get that much enjoyment out of ruining other people's days, you have some serious issues, bro, and you're gonna be miserable when you're older. But what is/was engine owning? Engine owning was a cheat distributor as well as developer. If you go to their website, they have a bunch of cheats you can get or could get because they can't do anything anymore. They have an injunction on their site, which means they can't sell or develop cheats anymore, which is good because cheating in games is no fun. And they also owe Activision Blizzard $14 million. So overall, this probably wasn't worth it for them. But if you go to their cheats page, they have a list of what the cheats could do. And they did a lot more than I ever thought cheaters could do in games. There was aimbot, smooth aim acceleration, aim bone and bone scan, auto fire, fire delay, auto ADS, the ADS delay, aim key, on fire only, on ADS only, aim priority, draw aim box, visibility check, maximum player range, aim on friendly players, aim on enemies, controller support, and sway compensation. And that's only the first part of the list. That's just the aimbot section. There's like 4 other sections. These cheats would do a lot for you, which also makes me question how many cheaters am I running into on games and completely unaware of it? Because a lot of these features are just ways to hide the fact that you're cheating. Like there's no other reason to have fire delay or auto fire delay other than to hide the fact that you're cheating. And as I said earlier, cheats aren't fun for like anybody. Legitimate players don't have fun because their good times being ruined, and cheaters don't have fun because after like 15 minutes of cheating, they probably get bored most of the time and then have to cheat even more and then just get banned. And if you have to cheat to be good at the game and feel good about yourself, why are you lying to yourself? Why are you acting like you're good at the game when you're not? I actually just don't understand it. The only time I do understand cheating is in games like GTA 5 because, hey, I'm gonna be honest, I don't know a single person who hasn't or attempted to cheat in GTA 5 because why wouldn't you? Rockstar made it impossible to do anything without spending real money or spending thousands of hours by playing GTA Online. That is the only instance where I think you get a pass. And then like maybe Minecraft because sometimes it is actually funny. But like in Call of Duty, bro, what are you doing with your life? But it's hard to play online competitive games regardless because of cheating now, because it seriously has become a massive issue. And I think more companies that sell cheats like this should be sued by the company that made the game because it genuinely makes games unplayable. And on top of that, the rise of cheaters has been insane. Like back when I played Call of Duty on a regular basis, like in 2016, 2018, around that era, it was not easy to find cheats. Like you would have to go out of your way to find cheats for games. Now, you get ads for them, and there's like official websites where you can just put in credit card information and buy cheats, which is crazy. You used to either have to do it yourself or know somebody who did it and they sold it on the side. That was the only way you could really get cheats. But now you can just go to a website and buy the cheats. It's crazy. It's gotten so extreme that on the engine owning website, you could have bought a hardware spoofer. Like, that's crazy. If you got hardware banned from a game, you could just act like you didn't. And they just sold that on the website. That's insane. That's insane! But engine owning being sued and losing to Activision is a good thing because most people don't want cheaters in their games and they ruin games, and most people would be way better off if cheats never existed. Like, yeah, the 1 to 5% of people who use cheats are gonna be, insanely upset. But bro, they're cheating. Who cares? Sue them all. I don't care. Like, we've seen firsthand how bad cheating can ruin a game. Like Tarkov, for example, had a really bad cheating problem, and that cheating problem arguably killed the game. Like, there are so many people that played Tarkov casually every now and then that never touch it anymore because of the cheating problem. This video made by Goat, and he went over how many people he thinks are cheating in the game. And it was something like 30% of your lobbies had a cheater or something like that. It was a lot. It was enough to the point where I didn't see the value of playing the game anymore. And a lot of other people also had that same realization after seeing how many cheaters are in the game. And that's kind of how I feel about most competitive shooters now. There's just too many cheaters to make it worth playing. And the cheats are too good to make it worth playing. If it was like old cheats where it was super obvious when someone was cheating, I wouldn't care as much because it was obvious I got killed by a cheater. But with how good these cheats are and how many ways they have to obfuscate the fact that they're cheating, it feels pointless to even play anymore. Like, they can delay their cheats to make it look more human. Now, to be fair in this cheater conversation, Escape from Tarkov has way more reason for cheaters to exist in it because the items in game are like literally rare, like they are hard to find and get, and you can somewhat trade in Tarkov. So a lot of cheaters in Tarkov are cheating in Tarkov to get in-game items to sell for real money. So Tarkov and games like it are always going to have more cheaters because there is real financial incentive to be good at the game and get items in-game because they can sell them for real money. And I would also assume that games like Rust and DayZ would probably have more cheaters in it just because the point point of those games is to hoard resources. Because if you're playing Rust and you're cheating, I imagine it's a lot more fun to cheat in Rust than like Call of Duty. So I also imagine there's probably more cheaters in Rust because it is probably more entertaining for them. I could be wrong on that. Maybe the Rust anti-cheat's way better. I would just imagine there's more cheaters in Rust than like Call of Duty, just because there's more incentive. So games like Tarkov and games with resource scarcity are more likely to attract cheaters, at least in my opinion. But what's crazy to me is people cheating in stuff like Helldivers 2. Like, it is a PvE game. The whole point is to fight the environment. Why are you cheating? That's insane. But these kind of lawsuits against cheaters are only going to be ramping up because cheats in general have ramped up. And I mean, for example, Destiny 2 also recently sued a cheat maker, and they have also won their court case because it's kind of cut and dry. You're making cheats, which is against the TOS of the game, and it directly hurts the company who's selling the product. Like, making and selling cheats is definitely not legal for like multiplayer games. Just because it really does affect the product a lot. Because if your product is competitive multiplayer, if you're selling cheats for the game, you're directly hurting the value of the game by selling cheats. Because the point of the game is to be competitive and fair. You're also taking the game's code and modifying it. And sometimes if you're making cheats, to get that code, you have to violate copyright laws. Which is exactly what happened in the case with Destiny 2. That's how they won the lawsuit. Bungie won that lawsuit based on copyright grounds. And I wish there was more ways to combat cheaters. But from everything I looked into, it's kind of hopeless. Because it's an arms race. Anti-cheat devs have to keep up with cheaters. But cheaters are always one step ahead. And if you're wondering why every anti-cheat wants kernel level access to your system now, it's because every cheat system also wants kernel level access to your system now. And if you don't know what kernel level is, basically it is the root of your system. This is where all the important stuff about your system goes on. If something gets in there that's not supposed to be in there, it could be a really bad time, which is why people don't want anti-cheats to have kernel level access, because if someone hacks an anti-cheat, they now have kernel level access of everyone who's had this anti-cheat installed, which is why people don't like it. But if you want to stop cheaters who are on kernel level, you need kernel level. But clearly, it doesn't help that much, which is why people are pissed, because they want kernel access, and they're not even stopping cheaters. I've also wondered why Valve has never brought back the Overwatch system they used to have for CSGO, where you could see reported footage and see if someone was cheating. Honestly, probably just because cheaters are too good now. I don't think the average person could determine if someone was cheating or not based off gameplay footage. Like just the cheats on engine owning. Most of the cheats listed were just ways to make yourself look like you're not cheating. So if someone doesn't know what they're looking for, and they're just looking for someone snap aiming or something, they're more likely just to ban players who flick. Now that's not to say Valve shouldn't bring it back and see what happens. I think they should. The worst that could happen is you get a few false positives and you just reverse them and never bring it back. Because it's not like Valve's not already having false positives for CS2. Like just recently they had a massive ban wave and it was a lot of false bans. From what I understand, a lot of those bans were overturned already. But yeah, it's not like any of these anti-cheats are perfect. The Overwatch system could help a lot or it could hurt a little bit. And if it hurts a little bit, just pull it back and don't release it again. Because I think it was a cool thing to be able to do and it might help with cheaters. So I think Valve should bring it back. But yeah, I'll be on Activision's team if they're fighting cheaters because I also hate cheaters. I don't like Activision, but I hate cheaters more. But what do you think? Let me know in the comments down below. Like and subscribe. New follow me on Twitter @spatnz1. Click the answer and check out more of my content and have a good one.